What's going on? What's going on, guys? Vitai Dubin is here, broadcasting live from Dubai, and welcome back to another episode of today's In Crypto Show. Of course, we'll talk about the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, where it's going next. Big news coming from Ledger, causing a lot of people to shy away from the Ledger hardware wallet. We'll talk about this scandal. We'll talk about Tether and its massive profits that is backing the USDT, and so many more news that really can affect you in the near short-term future. So let's get started, guys. First of all, the price of Bitcoin is hovering around $27,000 right now, and just like I said in many streams before, we are in the first phase of the bull market, and according to the analysis of where we are right now, we are very similar to the 2015 market for Bitcoin, which basically means that in the next 5 months we can go sideways. It's going to be a little bit boring. It's not going to really shoot up for the price of Bitcoin too much. It's going to go down, can go up, but stay somewhere in this range and go really sideways. I know it's not what you want to hear. You want to hear that Bitcoin to the moon, going back to $60,000. No, it's not going to happen in the next few months. We're going to go sideways most likely, and that's okay. You should prepare your moves. Everybody will be skeptical about Bitcoin in the next few months and saying, oh, Bitcoin is going to be back to maybe the lows. No, it's not. It's going to go sideways, and this is accumulation time similar to the fractal patterns of the 2015. So what can affect Bitcoin in the near future? Well, there is sell pressure on Ethereum from Celsius. You know, Celsius went bankrupt last July and owes its creditor $4.7 billion, and they have $780 million worth of Ethereum that were staked previously in the Lido's staking platform. So now this amount of Ethereum can be flooding the market and cause the price of Ethereum to go down, which can cause the price of Bitcoin could go down. But on the other hand, there is the Tether that wants to basically buy Bitcoin, and that's what they said. Starting this month, Tether will regularly allocate up to 15% of its net realized operating profits towards purchasing Bitcoin. This Bitcoin shall be considered on top of the minimum reserves assets that 100% back Tether token. So there is this buy pressure, there is the sell pressure. So that's why I believe in the next few months we're going to see some sideways action. It's going to go down, it's going to go up, but nothing too crazy. Now, let's take a look at what happened to Ledger recently. Ledger faces backlash for the controversial backup tool as crypto community expresses discontent. So what basically happened is that Ledger company, which issues the hardware wallet, recently have created a new update which allows people through the KYC to send their private key to 3 companies that are third-party companies to store your private keys. Not your keys, not your crypto. And that, of course, created a lot of anger in the community. CZ of Biden said, so the seed can leave the device now, in the Ledger device. Sounds like a different direction, and your keys never leave the device. And Vanessa Wright, don't upgrade your Ledger hardware to version 2.2.1. Don't enable the new recover feature unless you want your crypto to be easily confiscated by the government agency. Seriously, WTF Ledger, why even bother with hardware wallet if you're going to do this, right? So that is not good. If you if you use Ledger, do not upgrade to version 2.2.1 because you don't want anyone to store your private keys other than yourself. And that's why we have Bitbox, Coldcard, Trezor, Blockstream all announced sales prices on their cold storage devices, and basically they are capitalizing on this Ledger's terrible, horrible, not good, not very bad day by attempting to court its disillusioned customers with discounted prices on their offerings on all this hardware storage. So if you use Ledger, do not upgrade and consider moving to other hardware wallet like SafePal, like Trezor, like Cool Wallet Pro and others. Okay, So what else we have? We have the Tether. The Tether, guys, the Tether just for the first time published what is backing the reserves. Drum rolls, guys. I mean, Tether is used everywhere. If you go to CoinMarketCap, you know that Tether is right there, number 3, with volume of $22.2 billion and market cap of $82 billion. So what is backing this $82.8 billion was a question. There's a mystery. It's a secret that many people in crypto space were speculating about. And for the first time, it reported all-time high reserves. Basically, you can look at this. U.S. Treasury bills comprise $53 billion is held U.S. Treasury bills. 1.8% or 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. 85% of the reserves are held in cash and cash equivalent, like gold, cash and bank accounts, money market funds, non-US Treasury bills. So you can see right there. And there is also the corporate bonds, Bitcoins, precious metals, other investments, and secure loan. This is how they allocate their assets among, drum roll, $81.8 billion that are backing the USDT Tether. Amazing, amazing. And they had a profit of the first quarter of $1.5 billion net profit in the first 3 months of the year, which is higher than BlackRock's for the Q1. So very good to know that USDT is winning the battle of the Binance BUSD that Paxos stopped issuing and the Circle's USDC that are depegged from the US dollar. Okay, so use Tether, it's fine, it's good, it's backed by good stuff. And they're earning a lot of interest on those treasury bills. As you know, inflation, as you know, those interest rates went up as high as 5% recently. So they are banking all this money. And of course, the Tether users don't get any of that piece action. Now, it will be curious for you to know that actually the first Bitcoin purchase was on January 25, 2010, when somebody sold for $1 a picture, a desktop background for 500 Bitcoins. Those 500 Bitcoins today worth about $13.4 million. Just 13 years later. $1 picture. Can you believe it, guys? The first ever transaction before even the famous Bitcoin pizza transaction. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now, the ordinals, the Bitcoin NFTs, are becoming more and more and more popular. And they've claimed that it wasn't part of Satoshi vision, but actually Satoshi helped to broker the first JPEG deal using Bitcoin. Interesting, interesting indeed. And now OKX offering ordinal trading within its wallet by June. So ordinals, BRC20 tokens, however you want to call it, it's there, it's here, and the battle is on between Bitcoin developers, BRC20 tokens, ordinals that just want to go out there and create this NFT marketplace, NFT the inscriptions right on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is the biggest blockchain in the cryptocurrency space. Now, I wanted to be aware that 3 days and 20 hours from now, there's going to be a first ever global lottery pre-sale that will be on the May 22nd at 12 p.m. UTC, where you can actually get a revenue share in the world's biggest decentralized Web3 gaming platform, Lotto Day, that is launching. 30 million USDT allocation available. This is built on Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Ultron, Tron, and Polygon. This is how it's going to look like right here when it launches, with a minimum 1 million USDT in prizes. And this is the 10% allocation share can be for the holders of those NFTs that are launching, giving you 2 times up to 8x payout with the Gaming Hub NFTs. So it's going to be starting very soon on May 22nd. If you want to get a hold of it, please let me know, because it is going to be selling like hotcakes, I believe, in very, very fast. Now, LG Electronics seeks patent for TV, which lets users trade NFTs. NFTs are getting everywhere, even into your smart TVs. Now remember FTX bankruptcy? Well, IRS wants to retrieve $44 billion in taxes. That's right, before the people that lost money on FTX. The government want to take their piece first. Quite interesting, right? And they do need it because right now all this talks about the debt ceiling. Now, looking at one of the meme coins, BAN, that was created not so long ago on the May 5th. Actually, one popular YouTuber, Ben Armstrong, he took this basically BAN coin, and he announced that he didn't launch the project, but now I'm taking over 100%. EaseBan have agreed in principle to an agreement for all the assets liquidity. So look at this on the Ether blockchain. The BAN.ease has an Ether balance of $7.1 million. That was the pre-sale. And people sent Ethereum there. Pretty staggering, right? And you can see right there the different holdings. So the BAN token has $5.8 million worth of holdings right there. But the liquidity, look at the liquidity, $2.5 million. That's why you say this type of coins are highly risky, highly speculative, because it can pump and then it can dump very hard. So this is the way of the meme coins. This was a pump of 2,100%, and this was a dump of roughly 80%. So you lose 80% of your money on that move. Pretty big ups and downs, wouldn't you say? Now, the current annualized rate of return for Ethereum staking reached an all-time high of 8.6%, which is a historical peak. For those people that want to be the validators, for those people that want to stake Ethereum, they can receive 8.67% APR. Is good for the Ethereum ecosystem. It will cause, I believe, more and more demand for Ethereum, because it is pretty cool that you can get 8.6% APR per year on the biggest altcoin, which is of course Ethereum. So we have a situation also that about 26% of family offices are now investing in crypto, according to the new Goldman Sachs survey. So you can see the adoption of crypto is just getting bigger and bigger. So that's what I want to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was short, quick, and to the point. I want to share with you the biggest insights, right? Now, if you take a closer look on the price of Bitcoin on a weekly level, we are getting supported by the 200 weeks moving average. This is the green line over here. So the support is sitting around $26,200, which makes it a quite attractive price to buy Bitcoin at, because we broke this level, this 200 weeks moving average right here on the 13th of March. And I think, like I said before, we're going to get sideways for quite a while. We're going to get sideways and not too much of an action move, but we're going to go up and down. But then eventually we're going to break out of the $30,000. We go to $33,000, $35,000, $40,000. I believe towards the end of the year, we can go all the way up to the $48,000 towards the end of 2023. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode of Today's in Crypto Show.